Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Daryl, and today we're going to take you through a short beginner flow with a little bit of focus on back and hips. All you're going to need plenty of space for your mat, and then a belt, and blocks are optional. If you don't have a belt, if you don't have blocks, we can always use, instead of blocks, you can use like thick books. You can also use things like cushions or bolsters, things like that if you have it. If you don't have a yoga belt, something as simple as a towel will also do the same job. So I'll give you options with and without as we're flowing through, and just do as little or as much as you can. So first thing, get yourself set up in a comfortable seated position. So for some people, you might find that it's difficult to sit on flat floor. You might find your back is rounded. If that's the case and it's a bit of a challenge to sit upright, bring in your blocks, make a little seat, get your bum on top of that, and that'll help take the pressure away a little bit from the back, and it'll help you sit straighter. You can have your eyes open or closed, and just for the first minute I want you to find your yoga breath. So the first goal is just find a natural rhythm with the breath that works for you. Something you feel in control of, something you feel that the heart rate is relaxed, it's dropping slightly. If you have control of that, then the next stage is just to try and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So as we're going through the flow, every movement will be connected with the breath. You're trying not to hold the breath. You're trying not to force the breath, and always use the breath as a guideline. If we are holding a pose and you do find that it's a little bit challenging and we're not able to get the breath under control, we're just on the wrong level. Bring it back a bit. So before we start, we're going to get the body warmed up. So I just want you to sit tall on the next breath in, and on the breath out, take a twist to one side. So opposite hand reaches for the knee. Ribs turn, and then the final movement is from the head to the neck. Come back to the middle on the next breath in, and then we take the twist to the other side. The hand behind, I'm just using fingertips on the floor to help remind me to sit tall. One more each side, so we breathe in, come back to the center, breathe out and twist, and then back to the middle, and twist. Okay, now put the weight into the hands go behind, and just push the chest up. On the breath in, pinch the shoulder blades, and then on the breath out, pull in the belly button, lower stomach, rounding the back slightly, and again breathe in, chin goes up, breathe out. We'll do it one more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Well done. Sitting tall on the breath in, and then breathe out, hands in front, chest stays up. A couple more times, walk the hands in, tall on the breath in, breathe out, walk the hands in front. If it feels good, option to bend the elbows closer to the floor, but don't feel under pressure to work that low. Breathe in, we come back, and breathe out, we reach forward. Okay, so from here, readjust onto your hands and knees. So roughly hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You want to try and keep your weight as well on the thumb and index finger side of each hand, so we're not collapsing out onto the little finger where you're feeling pressure in the wrists. All I want you to do is take a breath in, and on the breath out, I want you to swing the hips out to one side. Breathe in, back to the middle. Breathe out, throw the hips out to the other side. And again, center, breath in. And I'm just picking a point. Breathe out to the side, staring at that point. Last time, breathe in. Just letting the hips, the pelvis, move as far as it can go, and then back to the middle, and we hold here on the breath out. Next time, breathe in, look forward or up, Breathe out, tuck the chin, round the back. And again, breathe in. Tuck the chin, round the back. Final time, breathe in. And then breathe out. Okay, now toes together, knees apart, sit the bum back. Gently stretch both arms out in front. Just hold here for the next few breaths. If this is too much, you can bring your arms in closer. Drops the intensity out of the stretch a little bit. Just again, finding that breath, slowing everything down. Okay, and then we're going to get started. So we're going to start on all fours. We're going to work with a very gentle flow, nice and slow. We'll get through a few rounds. We'll see how we go. So when we're ready, breathe in, looking forward or up. We did it in the warm-up. Breathe out. I want you to curl the toes under. Try to get the hips high. Try to get the legs straight. Now starting out, that's going to be a big challenge. So you might need to work it with bent legs. We're trying to tuck the chin in. Again, that'll be a challenge. You might have to start looking forward. We're just holding for a breath or two. We go back to all fours. Breathe in, arch the back. And then breathe out. Drop one elbow down. And we look to the side. Come back to the middle on the breath in. In the back, breathe out, other elbow down, and you look to the side. So we're taking the weight off the wrist, gives us an opportunity to relax from that down dog position. All fours again, breathe in. We're going back to that strength, curl the toes under, bum and hips high and back, trying to go a little straighter on the legs. And then we go back to all fours. Breathe in, arch in the back. Breathe out, elbow down again. Option this time, to thread that arm under to get the shoulder down, maybe the head as well. Come back to the center, breathing in, arch in the back, push the chest through. Breathe out, elbow or thread it through. And then breathe in, arch the back. And final time, curling the toes under, hips high and back. Tuck the chin in, and then go to all fours, toes together, knees apart, take the weight off the hands, maybe circle the wrists, all the time keeping the breath nice and steady. Okay, so we're going to add on from there. Now if you find the down dog position, that strength position, if that's getting too much, just sit back, toes together, knees apart, bum on the heels, arms out in front, and that'll be a nice option instead of the down dog. Keeps the pressure off the wrists, okay? So breathe in, arch the back. Breathe out, we drop elbow or shoulder. Back to the middle, breathe in, arch the back. Breathe out, drop elbow or shoulder. Breathe in, arch the back, and then the strength. Breathe out, curl the toes under, downward facing. Option, bum goes back to the heels, no pressure on the wrists. Now from here, look to the hands. Breathe in as one knee goes forward. You kick the foot across slightly, and then we drop down. So here, we're going to hold this position for a few breaths. We're trying to keep the hips as square as possible. The body weight is going back and down. If you're experiencing cramp in the foot, you might need to use the hand, gentle massage on the instep of the foot to help release the muscle cramp. If you're experiencing pain on the front knee, don't bring the foot across. Go with the option of just sitting on the heel. Now, you're not going to get the same hip stretch. However, it's going to be better long term for your knee. We're just trying to slow the breath down. Next breath in, the hands come in, you lift the ribs and chest, we've got a little back bend. Back foot, you curl the toes under. Strength, we lift and we try to step back into that downward facing. Look to the hands, the other knee forward, foot across. Back leg as straight as you can get it, hips square, down onto the elbows. Like before, if we're getting cramp, gentle massage on the foot. If your back foot's cramping up, just a little bit of movement. Curl the toes under, point the toes away. And just settle into the pose. Getting most of the intensity around this outer thigh, bum, hip. Trying not to hold the breath. Breathe in, we bring the ribs and chest up. Same time I'm doing that, I'm curling the back foot, toes under. A little bit of strength to lift and step back into downward facing. And then all fours, toes together, knees apart. Sit the bum back. Weight off the wrists. Okay, the next round, we're going to add on again. You might, for the next round, you might need blocks to help you transition into the lunge that we're going to go for. So, all fours. Breathe in, arch the back. Breathe out, elbow down or shoulder down. Do you remember this one? So it's the same sequence as before, we're just going to add an extra pose. So come back to all fours, arch in the back. Breathe out, drop and twist. Breathe in back to the middle, arch in the back. Push the chest forward, curl the toes under, downward facing. Look to the hands. Knee forward, foot across. Straighten the back leg, down onto the elbows. We just hold it here for a few breaths. Good opportunity to move the hands, circle, wrists as well, keep the pressure off. Next breath in, we lift the chest, curl the back foot under, hips go up, step back, downward facing. Look to the hands, breathe in, other knee forward, foot across. Breathe out, we drop down. Take the weight off the wrists, take a couple of breaths here. And we don't need to have really long, deep breaths in each pose, just a natural rhythm, as long as you feel in control of it. Next breath in, we lift, hips go up, we step back. Now from here, we're going to step one foot in between the hands. So this is where the option is to bring blocks in. If we don't get the foot all the way to the hands, we go halfway or as close as you can get, drop the knee, and then you reset. Okay? So from down dog, we step one foot, drop in the knee, and then we come up. So the blocks are here as well to help with balance. So I'm sinking the hips, bringing the ribs and chest up, trying to get most of this stretch in the back thigh up to the hip. Okay, so I drop the blocks back down. If you don't need the blocks, just hands go to the floor then. Back foot, I curl the toes under. Lift the hips and pelvis up.
step back to downward facing. Look to the blocks again, step the other foot in. If we don't quite get to the blocks, go as close as you can, drop the knee, reposition, and then set up the blocks to whatever height feels comfortable for you, so you can keep your balance. You can sink the hips, bring the ribs and chest up. Reposition the blocks. Next time you're breathing out, we're lifting the hips, stepping back. Time to get rid of the blocks. All fours, toes together, knees apart. Take the weight off those wrists. Okay, so we're going to do one final round and we're going to add on one more time. So all fours. Breathe in, push the chest, look forward or up. Breathe out, drop elbow or shoulder. Breathe in, all fours, arch in the back. Breathe out, drop and twist. Breathe in, arch in the back. Breathe out, downward facing. Look to the hands, breathe in, knee forward, foot across. Breathe out, drop down into that outer thigh hip stretch. Breathe in, we lift. Breathe out, step back. Breathe in, other knee forward, foot across. Breathe out, down to the elbows. Breathe in, lift, hips, pelvis up, step back. Option with the blocks. Breathe in, step one foot between the hands. Remember option, if we don't make it, drop the knee, reposition, and then sink the hips. And we're holding here just for a few breaths. This front knee is above the ankle, in line with the big toe, second toe. And then when you're ready, if you need the blocks, lower them down. Curl the toes under in the back foot, hips go up. We try to shuffle or step back. And then it's the other foot stepping in between the hands. Drop the knee. Sinking the hips and pelvis. Imagine someone's pulling your back leg. Someone's kicking you in the bum. Step back. And then from here, breathe in, hands and knees. Bum goes back. Bring the legs around. So feet together. Starting out, we're going to be here. The knees are going to be quite high. Going to be locked up around the hips, inner thighs, maybe rounded on the back. So we're trying to sit taller, trying to get the knees a little lower, and you can tense your bum as well, which will help the knees go lower. Blocks are a good option if you feel it too much in your back. If you sit on the blocks, takes it away from the back, and you can really focus then on opening the hips. As the knees go lower, we're trying to bring the heels in closer, and as the knees get closer to the floor, eventually the feet will open like a book. And all I want you to focus on is sitting tall, gently holding the feet, and just slowing the breath down. Final pose, in the sequence. Trying to get the heart rate low, feeling the muscles engage in the back as you're trying to sit taller. Well done. And relax. And just to finish where we started, legs crossed or maybe legs straight out. I want you to sit tall, take a little twist on the breath out. Sit tall, back into the middle, breathe out as you twist. One more time each side. Tall on the breath in, opposite hand reach for the knee on the breath out. And then last time. Well done. If the wrists are a little tender, you might want to circle the wrists. Excellent. Good work. Now, before you finish completely, I want you to take rest. Now, all that means is get yourself into a comfortable position. So whether that means, traditionally it would be lying flat on your back with your arms out, flat, palms up, and just the feet turned out slightly. But you can also lie on your side, you can lie on your stomach, you can sit, whatever feels comfortable. Get comfortable, get warm, and just spend about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, just focusing on your breathing, trying to get the heart rate as low as possible. Some people like to just listen to the breath, other people like to listen to some music, whatever works for you. But take that 5 minutes, and then when we're done, that's you done with this session today. Well done.